Nick, what have you noticed about Jalen as he's going up against three defenses that have provided exotic looks or that kind of thing? How he's handled that process?
Yeah, like I said, I think he's played well. I think he's done a good job. We're 3-0. He's the leader of the ship, and so he's done a good job. I think against Minnesota, again, some of the stats might not look, pretty, just because of the, how much we've run the football based off of how the games have went, but completing 78% of his passes against Minnesota was impressive. I thought he played a solid game last game. And so, I see him continuing to improve, and again, we're where we need to be right now at 3-0, and we just want to continue to improve off of that.
Are you not running those? I asked Brian this question yesterday. I want to hear your answer about the zone read. Is he as involved in that? Are you guys using that as much as previously?
We're still running that. Again, zone reads. Sometimes you guys are going to see zone read as did we run that or not. When he hands it off. Sorry, I shouldn't have put this into. But sometimes you're going to read that as, well, maybe they're not right. Well, so part of it, you don't keep a zone read unless the defense tells you to keep the zone read, right? Or same thing with an RPO. You don't pull an RPO to throw it unless the defense dictates that, right? The RPO and the zone read are really good if this, then that, right? And so, we're still a big part of our game. Still a big part of our game plan. It's just we haven't had to pull many of them and throughout these first couple weeks.
So you mentioned his stats not looking great. I assume you're referencing the passing game, but the running numbers are definitely down. Are defenses doing something different to stop him in the run game?
He hasn't got as many pulls, right, and that have turned into explosive plays. But that doesn't mean, right, that it's not being effective, right? We've ran the ball really well, partly because the effect that Jalen has on the backside. Obviously the O-line's done a great job, the tight ends have done a great job, the running backs have done a great job running the football. But when you have a quarterback like Jalen, when you hand it, the whole backside is affected, which allows your backside of your line to get the cutoffs to have these explosive runs. So are Jalen's numbers up in the run game? No, but our numbers are up in the run game, and he greatly affects what happens in the run game because of who he is and his threat to be able to keep it around the edge. Again, some teams are going to say, hand it off, Jalen. Some teams are going to make him pull it, and it's just a matter of every week's going to be a little bit different. And so, but make no mistake about it, like when he hands the ball off and bursts off the backside, he affects the defense, and that's as good as a block sometimes, right? Because you hold it and set up blocks for other things. So, again, like the numbers in a small sample size, I just think it's too early to tell on some of that with the small sample size of 3 games.
Passing game.